Sugar, honey, honey, you are my candy girl, and you got me wanting you.
Andy, it is, we've been doing this for years, and I say it all the time. It's not just a pleasure to speak with you. It's an honor. It's enjoyment. It's laughs. It's tears. It's every emotion that you can think of, because you are such a special person in my life, and I know in so many other people's lives too, with not just music, but the way you give back, especially because of what we're going to talk about. You're a Canadian icon. You're a legend. I mean, I can just keep going on and on and on, my friend. I am just so honored to be able to call you a friend.
Rudy, from the beginning, you and I had this spiritual connection. We would do the interview, and then I think we would spend enough time for us to really talk about life and who we are and family and all of that, which is great, because usually you get ushered out the door and, they're ding, 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 and they're waiting for the next person. But, we had the opportunity to kind of put the interview aside and then, get together and talk. And we've been doing this since, I think, year one. Yes. If not year two, I'm not sure, but it's been forever. And it never seems anything than we just, kind of pick it up.
Well, exactly.
And not lost any time,
Yeah, no, and that's what I enjoy so much, and I love when I see you. I love seeing the crowds around you. Every once in a while. In fact, just over the summer, I heard a remix of the Archie Sugar Sugar that I loved. And I always tell you, Rock Me Gently is like one of my all-time favorites. And I've almost every time I ask you about this, and I always keep saying it, and I always keep asking again. I mean, you must be thrilled when you know that you have created an iconic art that will live on for forever. Your songs will be redone and remade, and whether it be a rock version, reggae version, pop version, kids version, whatever, I mean, your music will live on forever. How does it feel knowing that you have created that type of a legacy?
Well, the truth is, I never thought I did anything special. It's how everyone has responded to the song that makes it special. When the song was written and it finally you make a record, and here's an interesting historical fact. On May 24th, 1969, Baby I Love You hit the charts, the American charts. In May 4th, 1969, same day, Sugar Sugar was released, but did not hit the charts till mid-July, because nobody wanted to play it. Woodstock was everybody's favorite thing to write about and talk about. We were going to the moon. There was a lot of political unrest. There was, so much going on. We even had the Hong Kong flu that nobody remembers in 1969. But here was a song that nobody wanted to play. Oh, and we were, turning into underground music, which became FM radio. So I have no idea how and why this materialized. Someone was lucky for me to play the song on a radio station in San Francisco. So I am just a conduit to something bigger than me, and as you know me well enough, I don't look at that as any barometer as to who and what I am. I'm just pretty lucky.
But, you know, you just kind of mentioned about some of the, let's call it crazy things that were going on around that time your music was being released and played. Here we are today. There's so much craziness going on as you are giving back to this very special holiday season. I have to ask you, what do you think, knowing that everything that you have witnessed and have gone through, what we have all been going through in 2020, COVID-19, with racism being spoken in such a different manner, the Kevins and Karens that we see, the way social media is portraying things, what people are saying and doing, and then, of course, what we see not just out our window, but we see what's going on in the United States. I mean, my friend, it's a different world from the last time you and I spoke.
It sure is, but you know what? I think whatever is going on has always surrounded us. We are always complacent to remember that there are battles that we have to face, whether it's, you know, cancer in the family or someone having passed away, and you know, I think what we've been hit with here is extremely catastrophic, obviously. But I can't help but feel we will win. Maybe I'm too much of an optimist, but I can't help but feel, okay, so how do we win? That's the question. How do we win? How do we help our neighbors? How do we understand that our neighbors need not only a kind word, but the help of finance? You know, government is sometimes there to help us, but for the most part, it's your community that you turn to, and you hope you have a community to turn to, family to turn to. You know, but some of us are alone, and we want to hide. And I think I implore anyone to not hide, because we can win this. But this has been this the most craziest of times, yet it's a learning time. It's a learning curve. And I don't want our rights to be taken away from us. You know, I don't want our freedoms to be taken away from us. That's the important thing. It's really it's something that we can't be afraid to talk about. We need to continue to have our independence, our freedom, our ability to get together, to hug, to shake hands. You know, I have some friends who tell me, well, I'll never shake someone else's hand. Okay. You know, I'm not here to convince anyone to change their mind. I'm just trying to put the seed of hope in all our lives.
And every year you present that hope. And when you talked about community, you definitely help the community with a certain special that, again, happens around this time of the year, but it's going to be on a different platform. And, in fact, this platform, when I saw this, I thought to myself, why hasn't this been done before? So folks who want to know what we're talking about, an annual event that you're doing, but like I said, on a different platform this time.
Well, you know what? Here's what I believe, Rudy, and you'll understand it more than anyone else who's listening or who will ever listen, because this is what we talk about when we're done with our interviews. Usually we sit there or we stand there and we talk. And so between you and me and everyone else out there, here's what I believe. I believe that God is always on time. It's something that I learned when I was an altar boy, and so I wrote it down. It's not something I came up with. And I've always believed that God is always on time. Not my time, not your time, but his time. And I think that when I look at the fact that we're being televised, I just figure, well, this was the time. This was the time, because I don't debate the bigger picture. You do what you do. We are all missionaries in our own way to our family, to our friends, to our strangers that we meet. And the whole idea of this Christmas show and special is to help people. And when you and I started, my tickets were $25. I was interested in the strangers that I met on the subway, waiting for the bus in the freezing weather.
Yep.
So it's all of that, you know.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. This is going to be so cool. How is this going to work? Because of course I'm used to the venue show with the artists coming out. How are the performances going to be working out, especially because of COVID-19? How are we going to see this? And of course, how are we going to be able to give back? How can we donate? And who are we going to be donating to?
Well, let's start with the last thing. You can go to donate.andykimmusic.com. That's donate.andykimmusic.com. And it'll take you to a site where you can donate $1, $10, or whatever you feel you can donate. And at that moment in time, you'll also get a receipt for your donation. Number two, when this whole thing started to become a reality, everybody from Live Nation to the producers, MSLE and Air Miles, we all got together and we needed to make this COVID-free. You go through your tests. Everybody was tested. Some of the artists were not in town, but they said that they would send us a song. Buffy St. Marie in Hawaii and Sarah McLaughlin in Vancouver. But the artists that did come to the Alma Combo, everybody got tested, number one. We go through a screening every time you walk in the door. If you leave the door or leave the building and come back, same thing. Artists will come and perform. Everything is, distancing. An artist finishes performing, the whole stage is wiped down. It's been an incredible practice into caring for each other. And that's what I see this as. And so, and we wear masks. And when we're on stage, if some musicians are too close to each other and they're willing to wear masks, it's fine. What we've been able to create, I think, is a wonderful, wonderful community of people caring and giving in this moment of turmoil and sensitive to everyone's needs. So it's just been great. Am I just rambling here? Am I just excited about the people that help us? It's just an incredible amount of people watching out for everyone. And so what you will see is live performances, but albeit we will have recorded those, but it'll be live performances, and God willing, if we get a chance to do it next year, then we'll do it outdoors somewhere and have people come and celebrate. And it's going to be a huge celebration once we start getting vaccines and moving forward on this. this will not stop the universe. It will not stop a lot of things. You know, we have friends who have, you know, passed away because of this virus, and you know, I say a prayer for them all the time. And but those of us that are still here, we want to continue to make this a great journey.
Amen to that. Are you performing also?
Yes. It's the only thing I know how to do. You know that. I mean, I'm pretty useless. I love to cook, so I think I'm a pretty good cook. But what do I want to do? I mean, I love writing and performing and making records, and I thank God every day for allowing me to continue to do this.
Will there be new music as we go on a little bit? Is there new music from Andy Kim in 2021?
There will be. I've been writing up a storm, and we'll see how those songs, you know, blend. If they blend together, there's a couple of things that we're thinking about for 2021. So if I can quote this iconic writer, Bob Zimmerman, he who isn't busy being born is busy dying. And I know you, and you know me, we're always busy being born. And so I implore everyone to find out how they're moving forward on this, you know, because not everybody has the opportunity to do what we do. But I always pray that they do it with love and understanding and forgiveness.
Which takes me to the next point as we slowly wrap this up. What advice can you give us? You've seen it all. You've been through it. I mean, there are things that you and I have talked about that I don't think I would ever talk about in public. You've been through it all. And knowing what people are going through with depression and so many other things of what's going on, what advice can you give them that hopefully, because a lot of people are looking at, we want to get rid of 2020, you know, let's get into 2021. Well, 2021 may be the same thing. We don't know that. So what advice can you give us that we can just hang on there, keep our focus going, and get through this tough time that we do get to the good times again?
Well, you know what? I've never been one to give anybody advice. The only thing I can do is live my life. And so if you're going to ask me, so how are you getting through this? I get through this with, you know, believing deep down inside that it's one moment at a time, one heartbeat at a time. You can't get to 5 minutes from now by thinking about 5 minutes from now. You can find a way deep down inside to keep telling yourself, thank you, God. I have this moment, because all we have is this moment. So in the long term, I'm an optimist. I see the beauty in the horizon. Where we are today, we are further than we were back in March, April, May. It may seem the same. The lockdowns are kind of debilitating, but we're stronger than this. We are stronger than this. And for those who, you know, have kids who are trying to make it all seem family, well, it's just that one moment at a time. You will turn back and say, we won this race. You will turn back and say, I miss my friend, my husband, my wife, my someone. But this pandemic will not break us as a nation. And I think that I'll be talking to you next year. And if I'm not around, I hope you'll remember me.
Oh, please. We'll be talking, my friend, and I'm looking forward to watching this amazing special that you're going to have on City. I'm looking forward to your new music next year. I'm always loving and listening to your music that you've done in the past. I love getting a chance to talk to you. I'm just hoping next year that I get to see you, because that's the thing I miss most.
Yeah, me too, my friend. And it will happen. It will happen. God bless you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me today.
You have a great holiday. Be safe. I love you. And, yeah, let's talk and see each other in 2021. Take care, my friend.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All night.